Secret Invasion has been years in the making. As early as Phase 2 when Fury went AWOL at the end of Captain America the Winter Soldier. And since then, all we've seen of Fury has been in the shadows or off-world, with one or two exceptions, such as Tony Stark's funeral. Although we don't know if that was Fury or Talos. During Spider-Man Far From Home, it was revealed that Fury was actually off-world on a Skrull ship that we don't really know much too details about yet. And actually Talos has been shape-shifting and posing as Fury while on Earth. So Nick Fury met Talos in the 90s, as featured in Captain Marvel. The Skrull, the race that Talos is, are villains in the comic books. And in the start of Captain Marvel, they are perceived as villains. However, it is a twist that it's revealed that the Kree have been oppressing the Skrull. And it turns out that the Skrull are actually good guys. And at the end of the movie, Captain Marvel takes the Skrull to find a new home planet. What we don't know is at some unknown point of time between the 90s and Spider-Man Far From Home, that the Skrull have come back to Earth, this time to side with Fury. In the comics, the Secret Invasion storyline about the Skrull are shape-shifting aliens that are replacing important figures such as government officials and even the Avengers. But the Skrulls are good guys in the MCU. So, with Secret Invasion being all about the antagonistic Skrulls, how can that be if they're good guys? Well, I think this is simply explained that there's going to be evil Skrulls. No different than how Thor is a good guy and Loki is a bad guy. Or even humans, right? In this movie, in the trailer, we see that Fury says this is his war, that he has to solve it. But why just him? Well, maybe this is because why the Skrull are taking over the planet to begin with. Maybe he feels responsible for something that caused the Skrull to go evil, or trusting the Skrull in the first place. Either way, you have this stage set to have Secret Invasion be the best Marvel project for a television show maybe ever. And these are the top 5 reasons why Secret Invasion will be the best Marvel show ever made.
5.
So coming in at number 5 is simply the action and vulnerability. If we all remember the action scenes with Fury in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, you can really see how suspenseful it is. Fury is not a superhero. He can't live through 20 gunshots. He's not Hulk, he's not Thor, he's just an average human being. This is interesting because he's facing aliens with powers and strength, and he's just, again, a human being. So I think we'll see a lot of cool action and very suspenseful action, similar to the whole car scene in Captain America.
4.
Number 4 is that the Skrulls are villains, as they should be. For me personally, when it was revealed that the Skrulls are actually going to be good guys, and then over the last few years since Captain Marvel came out, all we've ever seen of the Skrull are protagonistic good guys, it's kind of bothered me because I know the Skrull are awesome and they're awesome villains. So this is great to hear for me that they're doing Secret Invasion with the Skrulls being the main villain, and maybe this can lead to Super Skrull, maybe within the series, or maybe within like the Fantastic Four movie or something else. Either way, I think the Skrull as a villain is great for the lore of the MCU, and this is just a stepping stone to bigger things.
3.
The cast. So this cast is star-studded. Not only do we have Samuel Jackson reprising his role as Nick Fury, one thing that's important to know is we haven't really had much Nick Fury. Sure, he was in Age of Ultron very briefly, or Endgame very briefly, but we really haven't seen heavy Nick Fury in a long time. I guess we have Spider-Man Far From Home, where you have Samuel Jackson in it, but technically that wasn't Nick Fury. And this time it's all about him going back to Earth to stop this war. We also have Emilia Clarke making her MCU debut, and Emilia Clarke is a great actress from Game of Thrones. She's briefly in the Solo Star Wars movie, and say what you want about that movie, but Emilia Clarke's character was pretty good, and there is potential there for her character to be reprised. But that's a different video for a different day. And we even have Colby reprising her role as Maria Hill. And Maria Hill has never really had her moment to shine too much in the MCU. And I feel a TV show is the perfect time to see some more Maria Hill action. We have Christopher McDonald in unknown role, and this is the perfect type of project for Christopher McDonald. Of course, as I mentioned, we have Ben Mendelsohn reprising his role as Talos. Then we also have Olivia Colman, who seems to be some sort of like agent who's on Earth's side and is very aggressive. We have Martin Freeman reprising his role as Everett K. Ross, which will be his 4th time in the role, as we've seen him in Captain America, Civil War. We've seen him in Black Panther 1, and we're going to see him in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And this time we see him more as a secret agent sneaking around, at least based on the one trailer. We have Don Cheadle reprising his role as James Rhodes, or War Machine. So overall, the actual cast is pretty star-studded, and I'm pretty excited for just the cast aspect of this.
2.
For number 2, we got long-term storytelling. I think this is what makes this different than She-Hulk or Miss Marvel or any really of the other projects. Like, what made WandaVision and Loki so great is long-term storytelling. We knew that Wanda's descent to madness was kind of coming, as we see in Infinity War. Loki's story has always been an adventure, and we see this again as his battle for being the trickster and being a villain versus being a good guy. And again, we see it here in Secret Invasion. As I mentioned earlier, this has been a long time coming, that Fury has known about the alien race and has went off-world to investigate everything with the help of Skrulls. But maybe that's what causes the Skrull invasion to begin with. So I think long-term storytelling is very good for Marvel. It definitely requires you to watch a lot, but it definitely pays off when the storytelling happens.
1.
And the number one reason why I think this project will be great is the political thriller aspect. So Phase 4 has had tons of humorous projects, and there's nothing wrong with heavy humor. Take a look at Ragnarok, but I think they've gone overkill, and to have some dark, gritty project is what's needed right now in MCU. If you look at the comments on the official trailer, it's nothing but praising about this has been long overdue and we need this. We can see that there's a lot of suspense on who is who. Nick Fury can't trust anybody because anybody could be a Skrull. And when he's talking to War Machine, he's got to speak to War Machine in a restaurant by himself, and it looks like War Machine is running for some sort of political positioning, maybe Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, whatever the case. As we see in the trailers, he has a US pin and he has his own bodyguards, and Fury questions him of how well he knows them, as any one of them could be Skrull. So we also see some growth in Rhodes, and we also see that there's the president in here, and we see a helicopter bombing the presidential vehicle, as we can see here by the license plate, which every president has the same license plate. So overall, I think this is just going to be a very wild ride when we have so much going in, with a lot of implications for the future, with some great MCU debuts coming from some well-known actresses such as Emilia Clarke, and some good reprisals such as Maria Hill. And I'm really excited for this, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you like this video or any similar content to any superhero stuff, please like this video and subscribe for more content in the future.